Hello, old friend. It's been a long time.
Did John betray Javier Escuella in Red Dead Redemption 1? In Red Dead 1, Javier Escuella accuses John of betrayal by saying that he's got it all wrong. But was John really wrong? Or was Javier's loyalty to Dutch, not the gang itself, at the heart of their divide? Javier was one of the earliest members of the Vanderlyn gang, followed closely by John and Arthur. Fully devoted to Dutch's vision, he believed in Dutch's dream of freedom and fighting against a corrupt society. This gave his life purpose, but for Javier's loyalty to Dutch, it was everything. He wasn't just following a leader, he was following a man with a cause. This cause is what gave Javier a sense of belonging. Also, just a quick side note, I have made my own Discord server, so if you want to chat with anyone, if you want to just have a good time, there's some cheat codes in there, and there's some things about, the game, right? So if you want to go in the server, chat with anyone, just have a good time, honestly. Then the link will be down in the description. Right, let's get back into the video now. As the gang begins to fall apart, everyone is forced to choose a side. John and Arthur, seeing Dutch lose his way, questioning his choices, has become more and more violent and reckless. But Javier, even as he witnesses Dutch's flaws, remains loyal to Dutch. But he doesn't point his gun at Arthur or John either. But he still doesn't leave with him. This moment shows that while Javier's loyalty to Dutch is still there, he also feels torn. Javier still sees Dutch's mistakes, but he can't let go of the vision Dutch represented. For Javier, leaving Dutch would mean that he's leaving the only dream that he's ever known. He watches Arthur and John turn their backs on the gang and believes that they're betraying everything that the gang stood for. In Javier's eyes, loyalty to Dutch means loyalty to the gang and is the gang's original purpose. Years later in Red Dead 1, John is forced by the government to go and hunt down his old friends to secure his family's safety. He doesn't want to go after Javier or the others, but he's got no choice. For John, it's about survival and protecting his family. However, to Javier, it looks like the ultimate betrayal, especially since John is working with every government that they used to fight against. When John confronts him, Javier feels completely betrayed. He tells John that he's got it all wrong, showing how deeply he believes that John misunderstood him. John is one of the people that abandoned the gang in Javier's eyes. He believes that John left him, not because Javier was a traitor, but because Javier stayed true to Dutch's vision. He thinks John misjudged his loyalty, accusing him of being blindly loyal to Dutch, rather than seeing that he's just following a dream that they once all shared. Javier's loyalty to Dutch and his dream of freedom was never about blind obedience. It was about honouring the ideas that they once all shared. He stayed true to what he believed in, while John ultimately put his family first. To Javier, this looked like John betraying the gang's cause, but to John, it was a painful choice to protect his family. John didn't want to betray Javier or the others. He was doing it because the government gave him no choice. Javier couldn't understand John's situation, and John never fully explained it. This lack of understanding led Javier to believe that John was betraying him out of disloyalty, when in reality, John was forced into an impossible position. Javier's final words reveals his heartbreak over losing the family he once believed in. So, was it really betrayal? In the end, whether or not John betrayed Javier depends on perspective. Javier sees John's choices as betrayal, thinking that John misunderstood him and the gang's values. But for John, loyalty to his family came first, and he was left with no good choices. The relationship is a tragic reminder of how loyalty can mean different things to different people, and somehow how the hardest choices are the ones that hurt old friends the most. So in my opinion, I don't think that John betrayed Javier, because he was just trying to protect his family at the end of the day, and he had no real choice, as Edgar Ross kind of forced him into it so he could save his family. But let me know in the comments what you think, whether you agree with me and think that John didn't betray Javier and he was just trying to protect his family, or if you think that John did betray Javier because of the gang's values and disloyalty to Javier. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and that's all for this video. See you in the next one.